Good evening, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to our latest all-new edition of the Milford Informer. Once again, I am Milford TV's Executive Director and your host of the Milford Informer, Tim Coet. This is our final edition of the Informer for 2023, and we're devoting the entire show to wrap up this 2023 year with a look back at some of the key holiday events that we've had a chance to cover here in the Milford community in recent weeks. Our entire staff, as well as our volunteers and interns, have been really hard at work over the last several weeks covering many different events for you. And so we have three in particular that we are going to highlight on the Informer this week, including a look back at the Citizens for Milford annual holiday tree lighting. We will also take a look at the Milford Regional Medical Center's Tree of Life event, and we will also take a look at the annual Menorah lighting, which took place in Draper Park. Our first time covering this event. We were very excited to cover the Menorah lighting this year. So without further ado, let's highlight some of Milford's holiday events. Happy holidays, everybody. Welcome inside Draper Park, the site of yet another year of the Citizens for Milford holiday tree lighting. I am, of course, Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coet. A slight rain falling down here, putting a slight damper on the original plans for the holiday tree lighting here, but still a great crowd forming, and the much anticipated lighting of the holiday tree here at Draper Park is just a few minutes away. And we're happy to come over and be joined by a trio of members of Citizens for Milford, part of the driving force behind this event each and every year. Ladies, thank you so much for joining. I know slightly different than maybe what was originally planned, but it's such a nice event. It's such a great way to get started with the holiday season, and nice to see people out here making the most of the day.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're so excited to be here, and we have just been joined by Santa Claus, who has arrived to help start off the festivities.
Ho, ho, Merry Christmas!
And Kim and Rosemary have worked so hard to organize this event. We've had to scale it back a little bit because of the rain, but would you guys like to?
But we're going to still light the tree and sing carols and visit with Santa. So it's not the full-blown usual event, but you know, we're pleased to see so many people have turned out for it.
And that's the thing, Rosemary, it must feel good. I know a little bit of frustration with the way that things turned out today, but to see as many people here as there are still having a great time despite the raindrops, that really just goes to show how much people really do love this event.
I am so surprised to see all these people here. I really am. I think it's a wonderful event, and Red Heat was so sad that they couldn't come. They were looking for another date because they love this. They love this. Yep. And so I'm just so surprised and happy so we can make it happy, even though we don't have everything that we had planned.
Right.
So I'm so wonderful that you came.
Well, we certainly wouldn't miss it. And Kim, I know a lot goes into the planning for this event every year. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been working on in the last months and weeks leading up to this event?
Right. Well, getting everything prepared for, you know, Santa's area, for him to sit down and visit with people and take pictures. And we even bought new lights so that it would be better lighting for Santa pictures, but the rain is not allowing that. But, you know, getting the food donations and
that was so easy to do because everyone is so anxious and happy to donate and help.
Yes.
And that's just what we need.
Right.
We really need people to
community.
be happy and come together. And I'm just so grateful. This is what we need to do right now, especially this time of year.
Well, these events just continue to bring out the best in the community, and it's just it's so amazing, Jerry, to see the Citizens for Milford continuing to work so hard to create these opportunities in the community. What is it about the Citizens for Milford that events like this are just so important to continue to keep on the calendar each and every year?
Well, the big word here is community. It's all about community and collaborating with the citizens of Milford, not just the Citizens for Milford, but everybody who lives here, and our families, our businesses, and the other nonprofit groups who come together to help us. And it's just, we're so proud to be able to launch the holiday season. We're the first holiday event into December, and we can't wait to count down to light the tree in just a few minutes. The tree continues to grow. It's beautiful. We added more lights to it this year, and so it stands as a beacon of hope and peace in Draper Park. In a few days, the menorah will be lit here in Draper Park, and so this part of town is just, it's a beautiful area, and I hope that even folks who weren't able to attend tonight will stop by and come visit the tree.
Just the beginning of the holiday season, so plenty of time to come down here to Draper Park and appreciate all of the great lights, the great decorations, and of course the holiday tree that will be lit here in just a few minutes from now. So ladies, we'll let you get ready for the big tree lighting. We'll get our cameras over there as well. But again, thank you for all that you do here in the community, and thanks for putting on another terrific event here. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks so much, Tim. Happy holidays to everybody.
We're gonna sing a couple of songs, and then after we'll do the countdown from 10 down, all right?
Joy to the world, the Lord has come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare his room. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing.
Ready? All right, here we go. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Feel free to take pictures, and then if anybody wants to visit with Santa, Santa will be around over here later.
This is our annual Tree of Life event. It means a great deal to our community and to all of us here at Milford Regional. And doing a little homework, this is the 20th year of our Tree of Life event, and it's just a wonderful tradition where people take a break from all of the crazy holiday season preparations and just take a moment to remember someone they love that they may have lost, or to honor the life of somebody who has survived. And they make a gift to the Aliva Fund for Cancer Care. We'll raise about $20,000 tonight in support of the Aliva Fund, and it just gives us great strength and joy to come together during this time of the year.
I've been at Milford Regional for 30 years, and so I've seen the evolution of what we had in cancer care that was really just a couple of small offices initially in the hospital, and similarly the Tree of Life was a smaller event. And so for me to sort of witness the growth that patients can have local care here, it wasn't that long ago that we didn't have the cancer center. We didn't have radiation therapy. Patients had to go for daily treatments, a half hour away daily for, frequently for 30 days. And so to see the growth and to have services across the street, to have Dana-Farber and Brigham and Women's really coming together tonight just makes us stop and think that that's what we've built here locally. Welcome everyone tonight. It is really terrific to be back after COVID, after the last few years. You know, tonight is officially a fundraiser. The Tree of Life is going to raise, we estimate, about $21,000 this year for the Oliva Fund. So again, we thank you. But I think most importantly, this, as Emily mentioned, is a time to really reflect on all the great things that happen here in cancer care.
We need to remember the good parts about them, you know, the funny parts about them, the parts that made us angry about them, you know, the parts that made us joyful about them, the hugs they gave us, and the ways they made us cry. You know, we need to remember that, and it's all good. It's all good memories, because that's what they are, memories. We had a chance to live with them, and you know, looking out at the crowd here, all these people, all these families, that's what we're all here, and that's what we're all about, family. And as Dr. Cadis would always say, we are family, and we are, and that's why we have this, you know, this Tree of Life.
Just wanted to reflect a little bit about the family tonight that is going to light our tree, the Slander family. They're here because Elizabeth Slander passed away this year in August. Elizabeth, just to tell you a little bit about her, she worked at the hospital in housekeeping for 20 years. When asking others about her, they would say that she was kind, friendly, always smiling, a very hard worker, dedicated. Really a pleasure to see her every day. She was really family to all of us here at Milford Regional. I saw her almost every day that I worked here. She worked a second shift, so I always said it was good to see her because it's almost time to go home. And sometimes she would try to shoo me home. But really, she was one of the warmest people that you would ever meet. And her husband, Ed, is here tonight, her children, grandchildren, and extended family. It really hits home in terms of the tree lighting tonight. The Slander family immigrated from Poland, so we used to hear a lot about Poland and their family. Really got to know and hear about all of you. And really, just in talking to her daughter Maggie tonight, she was just diagnosed last March. So probably a year ago, I'd be talking to her just about coming down here and in the events, and again in a very pleasant way. Now, if I were to tell her that we were going to be recognizing her tonight, she would say, no way. And she certainly wouldn't want us to be sad. She would want this to be a reflection on the care that's provided here and all of the great things that happen. And so that's the spirit that we're here this evening. Again, just a great individual, the best family, you know, the best human being that we could meet. And it does make you reflect and count your blessings and don't take things for granted. So that's a little bit of the background of the family that is going to be lighting the tree tonight. Again, no sadness, and I'm going to call up her son Luke, who's going to share a poem about We Remember.
Before I say the poem, just a few words. Just want to introduce myself. I used to work here in housekeeping for a little bit and security. Some of you might know me. My mom, like you mentioned, she's been here worked here for 20 years. She was a hard worker. I would call her I would say Bill Belichick of housekeeping department. She would make sure everybody does their job. She was tough, but she meant well. What else? It's kind of sweet. Before she passed away, she made a really good deal with my dad, her husband. She said she's gonna she's got connections upstairs in heaven, and she's gonna find a cool lake house for them to have. She'll make everything ready so when he gets there, it's gonna be all set up for them. Well, we miss you, Mom. I'm gonna read this poem. I hope I'll make a good job here. May we remember those who taught us to laugh and to cry, those who held us and whom we held, those who loved us and whom we loved. We will remember them. When we are in the need of strength, when we are lost and sick at heart, when we have joys we yearn to share, when we seek advice that does not come, when we are alone and afraid, we will remember them. At the rising of the sun and its going down, at the blowing of the wind and the chill of the winter, at the opening of the buds and the rebirth of the spring. As long as we live, they too will live, for they are part of us. We will remember them. Thank you, guys.
Given the weather conditions, we're just going to move right to ask the Slander family to light the tree. Without further ado.
I think what makes Milford Regional so unique is that so much has changed over that time frame for Milford, but what hasn't changed is how committed our donors are and how committed our community is to the hospital. There's a great sense of pride in this community for Milford Regional and to have the level of care that we have here right in their own backyard. So I think it just speaks to the level of commitment and dedication and true loyalty that so many people carry for Milford Regional, and we're just honored to be able to provide an opportunity for them to celebrate that.
For me, running a healthcare system, you always want to remember why you're here, and this is one of those events that reminds you that we're really here to take care of patients, and so it's a reflection on patients that we've taken care of. It's a reflection on patients that have passed away, but it really brings together the teamwork here in cancer care, because we've just got a variety of groups that come together to just provide terrific care locally.
Appreciate everybody coming out on a cold night. We have some special honored guests tonight. Hold on.
We have special guests tonight. He said loud.
Brian Murray, is here. Long Kelly Selectman, Mike Wall, Tom O'Loughlin, Police Chief Robbie Casino, and several of the local police department. Fire department is representative. Michael Angel, Montego Town Moderator. Shout out to Bill Goddard from Town Electric to Menorah going and Gold and what have you. Senator Rebecca Roush sends her regards. She has provided commitments with Conacher on her own family, so she could not make it. Send everybody regards. I want to thank everybody's support of both the Jewish community and for all of the Jewish people in the world. We all know what's going on in the Middle East, and we appreciate everybody's support, and we hope that things will come to an end and be good for everybody in the world. And we're going to turn it over to Mark Mann now for the Menorah light.
So just quickly, my wife Laura Mann, Attorney Laura Mann, she's very involved in the Israeli Action Committee and a couple
No, I just want to really repeat what Richard just said. Some of you may not have heard, but this is a difficult time for a lot of people in the Jewish community, and it's really critical that non-Jews and Jews, that we all work together and that we feel supported. So I really want to thank everybody for being here, particularly those who aren't Jewish, because we all support each other. I mean, we're all in this together, and I know it's difficult, and I know there's a lot of different views, but there's a lot of people out there, and I have a lot of non-Jewish friends who are putting menorahs out, just because Jews feel afraid now to do a lot of things. And for you to be here, it's supportive of Jewish people, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, the town of Milford, for electricity, I guess. All right. Everybody know the prayers? Yes. Yeah. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher tzivanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'halivnei shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehasa nisim avoteinu bayamim ha'eh b'azman hazeh Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'ehyanu v'kiyanu b'azman hazeh.
Thank you, everybody. So we have chocolates and dreidels. You can bring them to the kids. Dreidels like a little top. You can bet on them. It's now legal in Massachusetts to bet on a dreidel. No, they make great little chocolate stuffers to Jews and non-Jews, and we'd love to get rid of them. So please see them. I'll hold the dog. Take your annual pictures next to the menorah. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Heller. And
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
just to let you know, this menorah was donated by Dr. Heller and Attorney Warren Heller in memory of their father and mother, Sina and Dr. Sidney Heller. So, beautiful menorah, and every day it'll be lit.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you. Well, the family's been involved in the temple since 1911, but this has kind of always been my project, bring the menorah down. We used to have a menorah that was almost 20 feet long, and back when I was young and strong, it was easy to carry. And we got this one about 15 years ago. It's a beautiful piece, nice, much easier to carry, uses less electricity for the town, and I don't have to bring a trailer to bring it down here, so it is nice. And we really love the support of the town of Milford for not just our community, but for all the communities in there. This is a very multiracial town, and we have a lot of beautiful churches and a lot of storefront churches and just a lot of nice people. So it's just a very inclusive town, and we're very happy to be involved in it. Like I said, we've been in this town since 1911. So.
Well, we've been having this for years here in Draper Park in Milford, Temple Beth Shalom. The Jewish community has been very important in Milford, and we're for years have lit in the menorah, and we light it for the 8 days of Hanukkah, and we're pleased to have all the support from the people of Milford, and we're very touched with the outpouring tonight of people to come support us with what's going on in the Middle East. So I want to thank everybody for the support of the Jewish community, and we thank you for being here.
The Jewish community in Milford, we're pretty resilient, I guess you could say. We're pretty resilient. We've got a lot of old timers as they're aging out. Sometimes I go over to the cemetery, I visit all my friends, but the people that are there, we're strong. We try to work with all the local other congregants of other churches and communities, so we open up our wallets and we open up our hearts to a lot of people.
You know, America is about us. We are very diverse, and we can celebrate, you know, all these holidays together and enjoy the feeling of goodwill. The thing is, I think that we all wish that this feeling of goodwill would go on for 365 days a year instead of just for a week or two. So we wish everybody happy holidays and a healthy new year.
Now again, that just scratches the surface of the events we've been covering here in the community in recent weeks, so keep an eye out for the Milford Santa Parade, also concerts from the GMCC and Claflin Hill, and we also have many concerts coming up courtesy of the Milford Public Schools. From Woodland to Stacy to the high school, we had them all covered throughout this holiday season. So a lot of events coming up here on Milford TV throughout this holiday season, so we encourage you to check out our YouTube page, check us out on social media, and follow along on our programming guide, which can be found over at milfordtv.net for all of the latest details on our holiday programming. Well, as we wind down this 2023, this final 2023 edition of the Milford Informer, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge our incredible team at Milford TV. It has been a year of change for us here at Milford TV, but it's also been a year of tremendous growth, and we have such a great staff here working diligently all year long at Milford TV, and also an incredible group of board of directors leading the ship here at Milford TV as well. So I just want to acknowledge all of those individuals for you. Our member services coordinator, Dominique Champa, who's been doing a great job growing our member base here in recent weeks. Patrick Garapi, who works so hard bringing you all of the looks of our graphics, our social media, our website, as he is our producer and marketing extraordinaire, so we thank him for all of his efforts. And also our producer and community event coordinator, Jerry Maglita, who of course you see almost every single week over at Town Hall or over at the high school, covering all of our government meetings and presiding over a lot of the key holiday events and other events throughout the year that we cover here on Milford TV as well. So we thank our great Milford TV staff and also our incredible board of directors as well, led by President Michelle Zale and also Josh and Jemmy and Jerry Moody as well. We thank you so much. It's such a great family here at Milford TV, and we're so honored to be able to cover all of the memorable events and moments throughout the year here in the Milford community. And we also want to thank you, the viewers, the residents here of Milford, for supporting us here at Milford TV, and we're looking forward to a lot of great things to come in 2024, and that's when we'll talk to you next. Have a great, happy, and healthy holiday season, and we'll talk to you in the new year. So long, everybody.